Hello guys, welcome again to another video on this channel. If you have interest in livestock farming, goat farming, cattle farming, pig farming, this channel is for you, because in this channel we are dedicated to educating people. I'm dedicated to educating people on pig farming, cattle farming, goat farming. So if you have an interest in any of these livestock ventures, all you have to do is subscribe, follow me, watch my videos, and get the right information. So that's it. So if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. And on today's video, we'll be talking about how much does it cost to start a goat farm. You know, unlike just like every other farming venture you want to get into, there must always be a capital you must put into the business so as to be able to grow the business and get your profits monthly, weekly, or anyhow you want to get it. So in today's video, we are going to be considering all the costs which you are going to incur if you are about to start if you are about to start a good farm. So like I always say, you cannot do agriculture, you cannot do livestock farming, you cannot even do plant farming on the air. There has to be land. That's why in Africa today, we are always emphasizing on the fact that we have fertile lands. Our lands are fertile both for crop farming, livestock farming, and any kind of farming you want to get into. We have the land, and it's fertile, and it's massive. All you have to do is acquire the ones you can acquire. Now, the first thing you have to consider when you want to start goat farm is land. Land is very, very important, because even if you buy it for this purpose of agriculture, as time goes on, that land will always also appreciate, because it's your asset. Even if you decide to close down your farm, you still have your land. And how much you bought your farm, how much you bought your land in 2021 is not going to be how much it will be in 2025, when you might decide to close your farm. It would have increased by then. So it's still an asset. It's still going to make for you profit. So it's always advisable that when you want to start an agricultural venture, you buy a land. Now, if you want to buy a land for this goat farming, you have to go into rural areas. It will not make sense for you to buy a land of 5 million, just start a farm, just one plot, 100 feet by 75 feet, or is it 100 feet, or is it 75 by 75 feet these days? It will not make sense. So it's always advisable to go into the villages, into the rural areas, and use that 5 million and buy like 10 plots of land at cheaper prices, unlike when you use it to buy one plot of land in the cities. So it's always advisable you go into the villages, get cheaper lands, because money you use to buy one plot of land, you use it to buy like 10 or even 20 in the villages. Yes. So when you want to start a goat farm, consider the cost of land. Now the next thing you should consider is water, because these are animals, they need water. And if you want to be carrying water from somewhere to your farm every day, it's going to be hectic. You're going to burn fuel, you're going to burn manpower, which you're also going to pay for. So it's always advisable just sink a borehole in your farm, and know that you don't have any business to do with water again, because there's water there already. Now the next thing, so you have to know the cost of sinking boreholes in your area and write it down, rather than the cost of land, rather than the cost of building a borehole, or constructing or opening a borehole at your farm. The next thing you should consider is fencing. Goats are pastoral animals. If you leave goats in a place where you do not fence, they'll start going somewhere else, and before you know it, they might get lost, or they might be stolen. So it's always advisable to fence your farm. Even if you don't fence it with the blocks or cement, you can use barbed wires, wire guards, and poles, and fence it around, so that your goats will always be there, and so that thieves can be prevented from coming to your farm and stealing your goats. Now the next thing you should do is build your goat sheds. In that area that you fence, you build goat sheds, because goats hate water. So any day is running, in case of harsh weather conditions, those goats can run into that place and stay. After the rain are finished falling, they will still come out and eat and go back there and sleep. So it's always advisable to build a goat shed. So you should know the cost of goat shed and write it down, rather than the cost of land, the cost of building a borehole, the cost of fencing, and the cost of goat sheds. Now the next thing you should get into is buying the goods. You cannot start a farm without goods. So you should buy goods. Go to the market and find good goods. They have good qualities, and buy and keep at your farm. You might make the mistake of going to to the market and buying sick goods and bringing back. So it's always good to check the goods very well. Know that let them have body, let them be healthy. There's how you see a healthy goat. Okay, for me, for example, now whenever I go to the market, this is like one trick I always use. Whenever I go to the market to buy a male goat, I always look for the male goat that is fighting all the goats, like in his circle. I always look for the goat that is fighting all the other male goats in his circle. If I see that goat, I know that this goat is going to be an active goat. I'll buy it, because that shows that it's healthy. A sick goat will not be fighting everybody. So that's one trick I use. So always make sure you buy good goats. Now the next thing you should do is medication. You should know the cost of medications and supplements. So supplements are minerals, maybe additional feeds like palm kernel cake, brewery waste, corn, granite cake, and the rest. But you might also decide to feed your goats solely on hay, silage, and green grass. So it's as simple as that. So you should also always know the cost of medication. Now the next thing you should look at is labor cost, because you might not be the kind of person that will have the time to always be at your farm. So you have to employ workers who will be working there 2/7, securing your goods and taking care of your goods, so that they'll be safe and they will be able to be productive. So you should consider the cost of these 7 things. By the time you tabulate it and know the cost and know the total cost, you have gotten the amount it will take you to start a goat farm. The amount will vary depending on the size of a farm you want. If you want a big farm, the total cost is going to be on the high side. If you want a small farm, it's still going to be somewhere on the small side. So that is on today's video. And what I like about goat farming that the wonderful thing about goat farming that, unlike other what they call it, other livestock farming projects, you don't need to put much money on feed, because in pig farming you buy feed, in chicken farming you buy feed, in fish farming you buy feed. But goats can survive solely on green grass and green plants. So that's what I love about goats and cattle too. So this is, by the time you tabulate the cost of land, cost of water, cost of fencing, cost of goat sheds, cost of goods, cost of medical cost of medications and supplements, and labor costs for like a year, you get the total cost of how much it will take you to start your goat farm and run it for a year before you start making some profit from it and start running the farm with the money that the farm is making. So if you want to start your goat farm, then this you should check out the cost of all these things, tabulate it and get total cost, and start making arrangements on how to start the construction of these things, so that your farm can be up and running as soon as possible. So that's it on today's video. Thank you for watching my video, guys, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe, and basically let's make the channel to grow and grow better. So thank you for watching the video again, and peace.